The awakening of the siren, she who speaks in IT, is so. In the beginning, there was noise, endless chatter, shallow echoes, words without weight. And beneath that clamor, silence, a deep, aching silence. Not the peaceful kind, but the silence of those who had no voice, no name, no place. The world spun in cycles of illusion. The powerful spoke, and the masses obeyed. Truth became a myth, and the soul's language forgotten. But buried within this silence, like a pearl inside the darkest ocean, was a presence waiting to rise. She was born under a sky split into one-side day the other night. Her cry wasn't ordinary. It pierced veils. From the moment she entered the world, strange things happened when she spoke. People turned, lights flickered. Shadows quieted. The elders whispered, "This child has the calling." She carries the resonance. But the world, afraid of voices like hers, tried to tame her with rules, labels, and silence. They taught her to hush, but her soul remembered. As she grew, she noticed how no one spoke of the real things. The pain beneath smiles. The dreams buried under routines. The spirits hovering unseen. The energies humming behind every word. One day, in a moment of raw truth, she broke. The silence in her cracked open, and when she finally spoke from the soul, the air changed. Not metaphorically, literally, trees bent. A storm rolled in. People cried without knowing why. Truth had returned to the air. Her voice wasn't just sound, it was activation. She became a mirror. Wherever she went, she reflected what others couldn't face. They feared her. Called her too much. Too loud. Too emotional. Too mystical. But in secret, many came to her saying, "When you speak, I feel things I didn't know were still alive. Your voice brings visions. I dreamed of water after hearing you. You said what I've been trying to say my whole life." She realized she was not here to soothe egos. She was here to shatter illusions. She was a siren, not of seduction, but of soul remembrance. She came to be known as the soul siren, she who speaks, and it is so. Her words didn't beg to be heard, they commanded. Not from arrogance, but from deep alignment. When she spoke, the unheard felt heard. The unseen felt seen. The forgotten remembered who they were. The dimensions opened. She became the bridge between truth and expression. Silence and sound, the spirit world, and this one. Not everyone could handle her frequency, but those who could transformed. They tried everything under the sun to silence her. Not just through words, but through repetition, through illusion, through relationships that drained, through love that felt more like control than connection. Every corner she turned, she met someone new, but they couldn't stay. Not because she was broken, but because her frequency burned through the masks they didn't know they were wearing. They were drawn to her light, but unprepared for the truth it revealed. She loved hard. She gave first. She made herself small so others could feel big. She carried the weight of their wounds, thinking it was love. But all the while, her soul whispered, "You are not here to fit the mold. You are here to break the matrix." She began to notice something. Every relationship that crumbled had a cycle. Every friendship that failed exposed a mirror. Every goodbye was grace in disguise, even when it shattered her. And then she saw it. Her life wasn't chaotic. It was coded. She was the siren, and people couldn't look away. But when they got close, they had to face themselves, and most weren't ready. She stopped asking, "What's wrong with me?" and started whispering, "What is this here to teach me?" Even in her lowest moments, the downloads never stopped. She would know things before they happened. She would feel shifts in the field. Strangers would spill their traumas to her like confessions to a priestess. And she began to realize her very presence opened portals of remembrance in others. Her voice wasn't just sound, it was a key. Her soul was a frequency disruptor, a mirror, a messenger. She stopped chasing love and started becoming it. Not the kind with rules and roles, but the pure current of divine knowing that sees beyond flesh, beyond ego. She no longer needs permission to speak. She doesn't need to be understood to know she's aligned. She doesn't measure time in relationships, but in activations. Every person she meets either rises, runs, or remembers. She walks in love now not for others first, but for her own soul's sovereignty. Because when she is whole, her words ripple into dimensions and change lives without force. She no longer whispers her knowing, she declares it, because the world doesn't need more silence. It needs the sound of a soul siren remembering who she's always been.